right, y'all. What's up? Thank you so much for tapping in. We are here. It's Thursday. I don't know about y'all, but I am tired. I'm tired today. How are y'all doing?
I'm straight.
It's a great day.
Good.
It's a great
It
day.
is a great
Find
day.
some energy. I don't understand how you tired if you just woke
look,
up from a nap.
you don't gotta. You interrupted my nap today. You forget?
At 9 a.m.?
Yes. Yes.
Must be nice.
Yes. Hey, you don't take naps?
No, nigga, I ain't at home to take no naps.
Just catch one in there.
I hope your job is watching this. I hope your job is watching this. So when they see you taking a nap on the job, because I don't understand how you can clock in at 8 o'clock and be
Sleeping
taking a nap
now.
at 9
I
o'clock.
clock in at 7 o'clock. Just
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Anyways.
Eat a bowl of cereal and go to sleep, huh?
Anyways, y'all. Dang, y'all be hating. Golly. Okay. So we got some people in.
Yeah, we
Thank
be
y'all.
hating. We just, you know what I'm saying? We finna start doing like everybody else. We just gonna hate.
Hey,
You know, everybody else be hating, so
come
why
on,
don't we
man.
just start hating? You know what
Hey,
I'm saying?
it's a trend. It's a trend.
Yeah. It's hate in my
That's a new
blood.
thing.
Oh, man. Hey, did
Hey,
y'all?
hold on, man.
What?
We all about love over here, man. We
No,
ain't
I'm
doing
about
no
hate.
hating, man.
I'm hating.
Hey, we all about love over here, man. Tap In promotes love.
No, I don't.
This is the show of love.
No, I don't.
We're going to get all the hate out of everybody's blood, man.
Yeah.
That way there ain't no more hate.
That's the goal, man. That is the goal. I'm just joking. I'm just tripping,
Hey,
man.
tap
I don't
in.
hate
Hey,
nobody,
man. Hey,
hate
we gonna
on
make a
nothing.
Tap In, We Are the World song.
Well, no. I don't know
Well,
about that.
damn, I just showed my age. Don't nobody remember We Are the World, huh?
I do.
Well,
We
Michael
are the
Jackson.
world.
Yeah.
We are the children.
Oh,
Hey, Michael Jackson verse
Yes.
on that went hard as hell, didn't it?
Yeah, Mike killed it. And then the white dude, what his name, Paul McCartney or whatever, man, he did his thing, you know.
Wasn't Michael McDonald on that too?
I
The
think
white guy,
Michael
too?
McDonald was on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
So
bit
what's
everybody
up,
was
man?
on it.
Listen,
Dinah
hey, man,
Ross, I
listen,
think.
If y'all
Yep.
are watching, if y'all are too young, go YouTube, We Are the World.
wait. First YouTube and subscribe, and then go YouTube. We Are the World.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
man. Make sure you like our page and then subscribe.
Yes.
And then go check out We Are the World.
And then
Hey, we got
share
another
our page.
DMF duck in the building today, too, man. We got Coach Rob in here. I just want y'all to know. You know what I'm saying?
Say
We
what's
got
up, Coach Rob.
we got 2 ducks, 2 outlaws.
Yes. Hi, Blaze.
What
Blaze,
up, Blaze?
We're gonna send me your address. We're gonna send you a shirt.
Let's go,
It's Captain
Blaze.
Shirt. So he is one of our
Them
most loyal,
hurricanes.
dedicated. Yes. Thank you.
Them hurricanes, baby.
Leo said, "What's up, y'all?"
What up, Leo? What up, though?
Hey, did y'all hear about Jerry Springer? He died.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jerry died today, man.
Sad
Yep.
day for black folks, man.
I'm telling
You
you.
know, Jerry Springer raised a lot of y'all, man.
That's the reason why I'm more crazy
Yeah,
now.
man. Reason why I have y'all
Jerry.
crazy as hell right now, man.
Jerry was man, Jerry,
was
look, man,
like-
God rest his soul, Jerry was a foul human being, man. Jerry kept all kind of controversy on this
Hey,
shit, man.
on the cool, Jerry Springer's really the one who started all the drama.
Right, Jerry, yeah.
Yeah, y'all probably don't even realize that, man. Jerry Springer was the king of goddamn drama. man.
King.
Yes.
King.
Messy.
He came with all the mess, and was there to sit back and watch.
But God
Like, it
rest
was
his
that
soul.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
God rest his messy soul.
Bet y'all didn't know he was a mayor of Cincinnati, did y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
And a lawyer and a judge. And,
What? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Hey, he just said he can make more money being messy. You know, you go from being a judge to being messy, dog.
That is true.
Or from a mayor to being messy, then to a
Crazy.
judge.
Crazy.
I mean,
Judge Jerry. Y'all ain't never watched that? Anyway, man, on to the next topic.
Yeah,
man.
no.
Hey, some
Okay.
of y'all, yeah.
So really quick, want to give a shout out to our 9U Outlaws.
What up, 9U Outlaws?
Yes. So Team Mom Paris, she sent me a flyer. They are doing an ongoing fundraiser. Lala, can you put up the fundraiser really quick? They are fundraising, or they have partnered with, who is it? With Aloha Nutrition off of Fredericksburg. And they are having them make a special outlaw tea. And I guess it's a cherry bomb flavor tea, nutritional tea. And every time you go purchase an outlaw tea, $5 is gonna be donated to our 9U Outlaws. So
regardless of how much the tea is, to get $5 back, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty goddamn good, man.
yeah.
Outlaws have benefits, baby.
Man.
Yeah,
And
well,
the
you know what I'm saying? I want to
hey,
give a shout out to DMF too because we also have one. A lot of you have that flyer. Because we're also going to do a fundraiser.
You on the show hating today. You
I don't
missed
see
one
nothing.
week.
Look,
you missed
listen,
one
listen,
week
let
and
me
you
tell
come through
something.
hating
It's the difference
hard.
between hate. It's the difference between hate and competition. You see what I'm saying? So like, man, we all cool, but at the same time, man, y'all the
hold
op.
on, man. You didn't even let us get our last 10 seconds of our promo.
Y'all got it in. You
man.
said $5. Look,
Nah, man, I
when
wouldn't
you
even
say
finish-
$5 coming back, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? I'll go buy a tea for you. There you go, man. I'll go
Man,
buy a tea.
I gotta go. Can I speak? Can I speak? Are you finished? Can I speak now? I didn't even get a chance to finish my last 10 seconds of my promo, man.
Go ahead, man. My bad.
You
Man.
ruined it now. You know, I go on my own post and pump it up or whatever and
No
stuff,
doubt.
man.
No doubt. But now, man, real talk though, both of them, man. Even the Outlaw fundraiser and the DMF Duck fundraiser. You know, you get a lot of people out here talking about, man, they be doing this and pocketing money and all this and that, man. It takes a lot to run an organization.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. So every penny, you know what I'm saying, matters. Y'all been around for years. I've been a part of Outlaw. Been around for years, man. Saw all the success. But at the same time, I see everything that you offer, and that stuff ain't cheap. You see what I'm saying?
No.
And then with me coming in, a brand new organization, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we start from the ground up. So we gonna need every penny we can get, man. If you can come out and support us, man, go in there, eat, man. We get a little percentage back. Man, every little penny help, man. Like, support these youth organizations. Quit talking about, you know what I'm saying, folks taking your money and doing stuff with it because, man, we don't need your money. You know what I'm saying? What we're trying to do is provide the best for these kids.
I know you better not come out no new Jordans. All right, they gonna say, man, that fundraiser money bought them Jordans, dog.
And that's horrible. That's horrible, man. You
That's
know
what it is, though, man.
That's horrible. You know what? I'm going to give me about 50 pair of new Jordan, and I damn want them to come say that shit
They
to me.
gonna say it. Gonna be a subliminal posted about you.
Yeah, probably will. Probably one going up now.
Oh man, what is it? The end of the month, the full moon outside.
A little something.
Darn.
Oh man.
Golly,
Hold on,
gee.
man. My shorts look
Okay.
too short on this camera, man.
Hey, I wasn't gonna say that. Hey, you got them hoochie daddy
So,
shorts
show a
on.
little bit of your skinny legs.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
fraternity
My
athletics.
knees showing,
Boy, got them
man.
fraternity athletic hoochie daddies on.
Oh, man. These supposed to be athletic, man.
You can get your fraternity athletic hoochie daddy shorts.
How much
All you
are
gotta
they
do is go
running?
online.
$59.95.
$59.99. $59.99.
Carl said our whole coaching staff come out in J's. That's right, y'all do. Our
Yeah,
outlaws.
we
not
outlaws
you.
though,
Yeah,
man. What you
outlaws.
expect?
Yeah, they
We gonna
reps.
get out there and jaywalk all day.
Yeah,
what?
they reps. Shit, y'all ordering reps. Y'all getting them from the
Dang.
gate.
No
Y'all
sock.
getting them from the gate.
No sock.
Y'all getting them from the
No
gate.
sock.
Ooh, God,
You know what it is.
They don't have Jordans. Hey, look, I ain't seen Jordan drop no shoe that got the Outlaw logo on them, man. I seen y'all out there with
Hey,
Jordans
hey,
on that had the Outlaw
hey,
O on them, man.
Hey, nigga,
Y'all
we-
got
hey,
them
hey,
from the gate,
hey,
man.
we exclusive, dog.
Y'all know, man. Y'all talked to Maylene over in China
Hey,
and told her to hook
hey,
them
we-
up
we
for you for
exclusive, man.
$29,
The
man.
original Jordans is who colors? Sock colors.
No, man.
So it's only fitting.
No, man. The
It's only
Bulls,
fitting.
no. George color is y'all's colors.
Well,
It ain't
hey,
y'all's
hey,
colors,
hey,
it's
say-
his
say-
colors.
Hey, say what you may.
All right.
Say what you may. When they make some green and yellow,
They got him.
Jordans.
You know what? Jordan got, listen,
No.
Jordan got us some duck shoes now.
No,
Am I lying?
listen,
Jordan got some
those
duck
are the
shoes.
ones-
He ain't
those
got
are
no
the ones
outlaw.
from Bangkok.
Hold on, man. Hold
are the
on,
ones
let's
from
go.
Bangkok.
Because I can tell you right now. Hold on, man.
Bangkok Jordans.
Hey, La, since everybody's sending you flyers, let me send you this and show you how. And they going for 10 grand. You see what I'm saying?
Boy.
Ain't nobody rocking with those, dog.
Yo, what is going on with my...
You having a microphone
Thank
malfunction
you.
over there? I think that gin's starting to kick in, man.
I ain't
Tori
had
said
no
she
gin.
had
Shut
a long
up.
day.
You drinking
Said that
gin?
bumpy face
No.
earlier, man.
I have it. I just didn't pour it in my... Anyways, all right.
All right, so what we got?
Okay,
man?
so we got... What do we have today? A little bit of talk about the draft.
NFL
Yep.
draft, which is currently going on as we
Currently
speak.
going
try to
on
keep
as
up
we
with that.
speak. A little bit of Lamar, Giannis interview. We got...
Appreciate it,
some,
Van. I'm going to show him in a minute. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you good. And then we really are going to get into, like, really talking about youth sports today.
Okay.
San Antonio youth sports in Houston. We're going to get a little down and dirty with that. So, Down and dirty.
Well, are we starting out with the draft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll Tide, baby.
Yeah.
Roll Tide. Y'all see with number 1 and number 3, man. Bama boys. Man, Bryce Young, you know what I'm saying? They been questioning him, you know what I'm saying, the whole, little off period between, you know what I'm saying, the end of the season draft because his height, his weight issues. But, man, I mean, look what the kid did on the field the 2 years that he started at Alabama, man. You know what I'm saying? This kid is like, truth be told, he's my favorite Alabama player other than Trent, man, of all time. You see what I'm saying? I mean, he's just a winner. And he's going to have a lot of success in the NFL. Another thing, man, that I can say about the draft, man, like, the table's turning. The table's turning. First 4 picks, 3 quarterbacks, all 3 of them was black.
Right.
You know what I mean? All 3 of them was black. And
We
I mean, that's a huge accomplishment for us,
We
man.
winning.
That's a huge accomplishment for us.
Man, I think just today in general, man, is a great day to be a black quarterback. All right? So you got Lamar Jackson, who reportedly just signed a $260 million 5-year contract extension.
With his mama.
With his mama is his agent. So all y'all that was out there hating on Lamar, talking about he don't know what he doing, obviously he knows more than what the hell y'all know. All right? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say all that, but.
Well, he has to.
No.
Well, unless you can show that you got 260 M's in your bank account.
I
he know a
don't, but
little
that
bit
don't
more
mean
than
he
what-
knows more than the agents.
Did he need him? Did he need them
Not
to get
saying that
260?
he didn't need them, but that don't mean he knows more.
Well, evidently he does, because he's the highest paid quarterback, highest paid
Yes,
player
he
in the
is.
NFL right now.
He absolutely is. Congratulations.
So for all of those that question his intelligence and his journey, I'm gonna clap it up for y'all because the man did his thing, right? With his mama.
With his mama. Shout out to all the
Went ahead and gave
football
his
moms.
mama the agency fee or whatnot, because she been there with him from day one or whatnot. So, man, I'm definitely proud of Lamar for doing it his way and not giving in, shucking and jiving like a lot of you guys suggested that he do in order to get his deal done. That was that
Absolutely.
man's money. Wasn't nobody else's money. So why was everybody else concerned about what he lost and the decisions that he made? Man, he did what he thought was right for him and his family, and ultimately he came out on top.
So how many of these players now are going to start coming out saying, "Oh, we don't need an agent"?
Well, the thing is this, you really don't. I mean, once you establish what Lamar has established, what do you need an agent for? He's been in the game long enough. You think Tom Brady really need an agent? Or can Tom just go out there and say, look, I know what the market is, man, and I know what I will take and what I won't take. There's really no need to negotiate.
That's not the only thing an agent does, though.
Well, I mean, hey, that's his most important job is to get my goddamn money.
True.
All right, and then you can run and do all my little errands and all the other stuff later. But as far as what you get paid for, you get paid to give me my money. All right, and kudos to Lamar Jackson for doing that. Also we can't forget about Patrick Mahomes and we definitely can't forget about damn, I just drew a mind. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Two black
Super Bowl,
quarterbacks
Super
in the
Bowl.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
All right,
And for a short amount of time, he was the highest paid.
you know what I'm saying? So as far as black quarterbacks, phenomenal day.
Yeah.
All right. So for all of you young black kids out there playing quarterback, don't let nobody discourage you from chasing your dreams. All right. Don't give a damn if it's a youth coach, middle school coach, high school coach, collegiate coach, NFL scholar, whatever, man. Go out there and live your truth when it comes to that. These 5 young men have just proved to all of us that if you follow your dream, man, you can accomplish it.
Yep.
So I'm proud. I'm proud of them for that.
Absolutely.
And we still early in the draft, so who knows, man? There may be a couple more.
Still got Hendon Hooker. I'm waiting
Yeah.
to see, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Where
So
you go,
it's a good deal, man. What else we got on that draft? Jalen Carter ain't went yet, have he?
No, that's after that little legal issue,
Right.
you kind of figured that his stock was gonna drop. He was projected to be number 1 at one point. You know what I mean? And that's nothing. That's on the back end of it. You know what I'm saying? You pursue your dream, but also, man, when you've gotten to a point to where you got an opportunity to truly make it, man. Make sure you protect yourself, man, and do the right things, man. Don't
Right.
get yourself caught up in stuff
Yeah.
like Jalen Carter did. I don't know. It's all alleged. I don't know what happened right now, but just his name being in something right now, you know what I mean? Pretty much took a couple of $1 million from him, you know what I'm saying, in the Dragons. Without him going
More
number
than a
one, he ended up
couple.
going a
Carter
little later.
just went to the Eagles.
Oh, Jalen Carter went to
He
Philly.
just got
Yep.
drafted by Philly.
What pick did Philly have?
Number 9.
Number 9. Good. Well, that's good for him, man. But once again, going from 1 to 9, I don't know financially the impact of that. But for you young men out there, understand that every decision that you make,
No.
can come back to have a negative impact on you. In this case, this guy was projected to be the number 1 pick. He ended up slipping down to 9. All right, all over something that was alleged. To my understanding, he wasn't a perpetrator of the crime or whatever. He was just there, but it cost him a lot of money.
And
in
you
that
see,
sense.
I'm actually looking at it now and see they're talking about him, and that's the first thing to say on here. They're talking about him in the car crash stuff. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
That's the first thing
wow.
talking about. The kid just got drafted, but see, that's what's going to happen when you get yourself anything. They're not gonna let you forget it. They're not gonna forget it. They're not gonna let you forget it. Man, it's gonna be hard for you to be able to move on from it because you're gonna constantly keep hearing about the negative, you know what I'm saying, part of what happened in your life. So man, anything do as much as you can to keep yourself out of that. You know what I'm saying? Do as much as you can to keep yourself out of it.
The media is ruthless.
The media ruthless, man. We ruthless, like people. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is right now. You know what I mean? Like everything negative
Yeah.
is always the
It's
the.
it's put out there.
That's what wants to be. That's the always. They always want that to be the main topic. You know what I mean? You very rarely hear people talk about something that's, going on positive in somebody else's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that don't mean nothing to them. You know what I mean? They want to talk about the negativity, and man, that's though from the media. That goes from enemies to associates to friends to family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is now, man. You can have your own family, man, talking negative about you all the time. Nowadays, you know what I mean? That's something. And I was thinking about that the other night, man, going kind of off script. But the other night, man, I was thinking about like how families used to be. You know what I mean? Like the way families used to be when we
Like
were
close,
kids.
tight knit. Like
They was
always,
tight. Think about it, man. You used to have family reunions, man. Families always stuck together through the hard times, through the good times. And nowadays, man, it's almost like, is it any real family still out there? Because it's almost like now, the moment some adversity hit, you start to really see, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You start to really see, or you really start to get how certain family members really feel about you. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? But you didn't have that growing up, man. Even when I was growing up, man, my family, man, well, I'll tell you, man, we could go through hell. But I tell you what, man, we're going to be right back
Let's
like
stick
this. You know
together.
what I'm saying? We're
Let's
going to be
tighten
right
up.
back. Man, I don't care how much we have, how much we don't. Man, every family go through ups and downs. I don't care if
Right.
you're a millionaire, if you're dead broke. You go through ups and downs. Man, when we had it, we was good. When we didn't have it, man, it was
Good,
still the
right.
same love, still good. You
Yeah.
don't see that no more, man. You know
I
what I'm
think,
saying?
once again, pertaining to the draft, these young men have to realize, and it's probably hard for them because they're extremely young, and this is probably the first time that they're actually having to go out and be more than athletes because that amateur career is over with. Now these guys are being judged on everything that they say, everything that they do, everyone that they're around, right? They have to own their moments and create their own narrative. The media can attempt to paint a picture of you, but man, if you stand in your own truth and you get to the point to where you're controlling your own narrative, the people that rock with you, they're gonna know who you really are. You know what I'm saying?
But the people that rock with you, even though they know who you are, man, they got to be like, you see what I'm saying? What word I'm looking, they got to still, they have to carry themselves a certain way too, man.
Right, most
and
definitely.
because
So
the people that rock with you, family, friends, they could hurt you too.
So the old saying is birds of a feather flock together, right?
Right.
So once again, if I'm Jalen Carter and if I'm a friend of Jalen Carter, I'm going to do everything in my power and my ability to keep him out of trouble because I know everything that he has on the line. I'm not going to encourage him to drink. I'm not going to encourage him to do anything that's going to be detrimental to his future. unfortunately, sometimes you don't have those type of friends.
Yeah.
You don't have those type of family members. These guys are looking so far ahead that they can't see what's right in front of them. So, you it's hard. It's hard for these young athletes because they really don't realize that they're one mistake away
From
being
ruining their
not
career.
able to participate in something that they truly love.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm definitely glad that not only did he get picked up, he got picked up by the Eagles.
Yeah.
Which I feel that Jalen Hurts is the type of player, the type of leader
To mentor
that can
him.
take Jalen Carter
Yeah.
up under his wing and say, listen, hey, man, we got you.
You got a lot of guys there to play with him. I think don't the Kobe Dean? Then he went to the Eagles, right? Then he go to the Eagles. Then the other the big lineman last year from
yeah,
Georgia.
yeah.
The
So
big boy. He there. So them two went last year to the Eagles. This year Jalen Carter
Right.
goes. So
And
yeah.
that may be one of the reasons why the Eagles ended up selecting him, because they can put a support system around him to keep him where he needs to be. And he may not even be a bad person, man. We're basing this off of one incident.
Right.
So once again, man, glad to see him do his thing, and hopefully more guys get drafted, especially in these high rounds.
I hope so.
And the thing, you say he may not be a bad guy. So here's the whole thing. I don't think he is. He's a kid.
Right.
For one, what happened is there's nothing that he did intentional. What they're saying is, involved with the racing and the car crash stuff. That can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? That can happen to me or you. You know what I'm saying? So, no, he's definitely not a
man,
bad guy.
I cruise everywhere I go, bro.
Man, I
You
done
don't
heard you.
cruise,
you-
Man, move, man. What you doing,
No,
man?
I'm
man.
Y'all get out the
behind
way.
you.
I cruise
In that
everywhere.
I done heard
damn
you. I heard
Porsche.
Rolf today doing
You
it. I
go
done heard
55
all y'all.
miles per hour.
Yeah, that's
I
cruising.
heard you today in the car. Somebody,
Horrible.
man, come on, man, move, man. Y'all road raging.
Hey, man, ain't
That's
y'all
me.
watch Beef? Y'all better quit to stop and get off that road rage stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right, man, what we got up next,
Wait,
man?
I wanted to touch on, because, football, that's great and all, but I was looking at the way some of these young men were dressed, and they were dressed to a T. Like,
Normal.
their suits.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, they was on it.
Yes.
Well, that's good. I ain't seen none of it yet.
Nah, I'm
man.
I wish
hoping.
I
I'm hoping
had-
this NFL stuff, once they start getting the money, don't. You know what I mean?
Look, man, NFL is different than the NBA, man. I will tell you that, man. I mean, other than that one dude that was wearing that little funny stuff, the lineman, the Super Bowl or whatever, I don't even remember his name. I don't even want to remember his name. Yeah, man, we won't see that. As long as they ain't dressing like, what's old boy we had on there last week, man? No, not LeBron,
Oh,
man.
with his
Webby.
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 They ain't
Yeah.
dressing like Webby, man. We straight, man.
I don't know, but yeah, some of their coat jackets on the inside had like verses sewn into it. Like they looked really nice. So hats off to them and their
Hey,
stylists.
man, don't be jacking them dudes too much, man. Brian ain't gonna like that.
Oh my god,
Brian
that's
gonna
like
be
what is it? Robbing the cradle?
them dudes is grown men.
They look like grown men, but
All
their
right,
age ain't
Tori,
no grown
all right.
men. Hey, don't be hating on me. If
All
I
right.
become a cougar.
Oh,
Look, all I'm saying is they look nice. All
look
right,
good.
they look nice.
Brian, you see that, Brian? see that little sparkle in the eye when she said that?
Shut up.
Tori gonna walk in the door. Come here, anime.
Oh man! All right, what else we got, man?
Oh man! So shout out to Stacy because she sent me a lot of good questions or topics to go over. So thank you, Stacy. Like shout out to you for that because I know we kind of touched already on the Lamar Jackson thing. Our next thing was what?
We needed to, Marecus had a topic with Giannis. Who that,
Yeah,
Brian?
that's what I was gonna say.
What was that?
Brian. I told you, Brian always
Brian,
playing. Brian got a little Ike off.
Do
in him.
you no man. It was just the question that Giannis was asked last night and the answer that he gave, man, and it made a lot of sense. I know a lot of people agree with it, a lot disagree with it. I kinda listened to I saw a clip of Stephen A and what's my boy Jay Will going back and forth on it. And I think the guy had asked Giannis, do you think this season was a failure?
Right.
And Giannis' response was, I'm not gonna make it personal. I think Giannis wanted to, man, you ain't never played sports before, so that's what I think Giannis wanted to tell him. But Giannis was like, man, every season is just another stepping stone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's not considered a failure because we didn't win a championship. He said, man, Jordan won 6 championships, played in the league 19 years, so was his other 15 years a failure? You know, and that's something that I personally, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
had to put it within myself because I like I said, I done said it several times on here. I had that mindset. You see
Right.
what I mean? That if you don't win it all, you're a failure. But you know, that's not the case, and that's something that I feel like what Giannis said. If a professional player can say stuff like that, man, that's something that we should take and try to instill in these kids, man, and quit making them feel like, man, it's championship or nothing. If you don't win championship, it's a failure. You know what I'm saying? It's just a stepping stone, man. Every season they go out, whatever sport it is, youth sports, it's a stepping stone to get them to the higher level.
Right.
To get them from youth to middle school to high school to if they're fortunate enough to go to college and beyond.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always a stepping stone. Championships don't define your success when it comes to sports, in my opinion. I mean, everybody want to win one. Who don't?
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't play to lose. You don't do anything to lose. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say that's life.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, period. You don't do anything to lose. But just in life, period, like you said, man, if you happen to not win the championship, does that mean you're a failure? Absolutely not. If you got a job, man, like you said, you don't get that promotion right then, does that mean you're a failure? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's a stepping stone to get you to where you're trying to be.
What you think about that?
The question was trash. But if he had never asked it, we never would have gotten a very educated answer. So, I mean, you know, I don't feel like the media. They're just always trying to get a rise out of somebody, out of the players, especially at the moments when they know they're pissed off.
Right.
So it was just trash.
Well, I'll give you my take on it. I mean, I think it was a fair question. You know, when you're the number 1 seed and you lose to a playing team, you know, most competitors are probably going to take that very hard because if I'm the leader of that team, I feel like I let the team down. You know, we're the number 1 seed and we get beat by a play-in team. You know,
That doesn't define you as a failure, though.
No, I'm not saying it makes it a failure, but what I'm saying is most people with a competitive background are going to feel some type of way about it. You're not just going to say, oh, man, we lost, man, it's life.
Oh,
it
no,
happens.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, Giannis's answer comes from experience.
Right.
You know, he's been around for a little bit. If you would ask Giannis that probably his first or second year in the league, I guarantee you he would say, yeah, it was a failure. Because I think he would have, because he didn't have the experience. Most people, when they get into anything competitive, have a mentality of dominance from the very beginning. All right? You're not thinking about losing. All right? So it's easy to say, man, after Jordan been in the league for 15 years, is his career failure when he's only won 6 championships? Nah, because you look at that total body of work. You say, well, man, you know, he got better, man. You know, he took his bumps and bruises, man.
Stepping
He took
stone.
a few L's. He made steps in the right direction, and he eventually overcame that. Those are stories of triumph. Those are stories of success. It's not a story of failure, right? Because he didn't give up. Now, once again, when you see a lot of these young athletes, you have to remember who's mentoring these guys, who's in their ear. What are these youth football coaches, what are these youth coaches telling these guys, period?
Exactly.
Trash. If you don't, man, they weak. If you don't do this, it's worth nothing. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So I was happy that Giannis responded in a manner in which he did because it showed his intelligence. It showed his growth as a professional. Hey, man, we lost. I don't have to display my hurt, you know, to you. You know, my team knows how I feel about the season or whatnot, but is it a failure? No. Because he said it would only been a failure is if that was the only thing that he set out to accomplish for the season. He told that journalist, he says, hey, man, you got a job to do, right? But that job feeds your family, helps you pay for the house that you're in, all these other great things. So you were still able to accomplish those things, right? So how can you say that you not getting a promotion is a failure? Same thing with me as a leader, and this is what Giannis was saying. Basically, my season is not a failure because I still help guys get better. No, we didn't win the championship, but it drew us in closer. Now we're going to come back with a renewed hunger, a little bit more experience, a feeling that we don't want to feel again, and hopefully we can win another championship, at some point in time. So, man, you definitely got to give that brother his props because he handled, I'm going to call the journalist a heckler. He handled the heckler appropriately and intelligently because, like Tori said, most of these guys are just trying to get a rise out of you. Mm-hmm. They catch you at a bad moment. You know what I'm saying? They catch you at a bad moment, and they're trying to make you look stupid.
Yep.
What the F you mean? Hell yeah, it was a failure. Man, we didn't do this. We didn't do that. Opportunity to throw some of his teammates under the bus, probably throw his coach under the bus, GMs, the city, the refs, make every excuse in the world without saying, hey, man, you know what? We okay. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not a failure. You know what I'm saying? We just going to try to get better from it. We was messing around the other night, and this is just how we was up at Vibe on our little game night. I was up there killing everybody in Connect Four, man. I was killing them, dog.
It's definitely
I was killing
not
them.
what I heard,
You know what
but
I'm
okay.
saying? Man.
It's not what was reported
Man,
back.
well, hold
okay.
on. You not let me finish the story.
Oh, got it. No, hater here.
I was on there killing him. Sean Caldwell, I was dragging him. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Man, Megan just sat in the back watching. Mm-hmm. Figured out my whole little strategy and everything. I didn't even realize it, man. She got on the Connect Four board and she drugged me, dog. Beat me bad, man. My pride was it was crushed.
Hurting?
It was hurting. But you know what I told her? I don't lose, baby.
Oh, gosh.
I learned. And guess what, Megan? When you step on that Connect Four board again, your ass is mine. And I'm telling you right now in the camera, your ass is mine. At Vibe on Sunday, make sure you up there. Yeah, I think that's what Giannis was really trying to say to everybody.
Yeah,
man.
Next to y'all, man.
So Eric, the reporter's name Eric, you tried it.
Yeah, so
you
man,
tried it,
look,
Eric. But Mills said, "Oh, sorry."
We kind of like that as a whole, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going back to the whole failure thing that we put in to athletes, man. Like Tori said, the media is hell, man. That's what they preach now. Mm-hmm. Man, you have to be a champion. And see, when I hear Charles Barkley say stuff like, man, man, it's not a failure, blah, blah, blah. See, a lot of people gonna look at that and say, well, Barkley gonna say it because he never won one.
Right.
That's what they gonna say. And you know what? Man, that's still false too. You know what I mean? No, he didn't win a championship. But look what Barkley doing today, though. You know what I'm saying? Barkley just explaining his Nike deal. So he still was Nike getting paid off of that. Right. Barkley made millions in NBA. Man, Barkley was a success. Right. You see what I'm saying? He was definitely not a failure. So my whole thing is, man, like I said, we want to win championships. You know what I'm saying? Any competitive person that's involved in anything, you know what I'm saying? You want to be on top. You want to win the championship. You want to be at the top of everything. But just because you're not there don't mean that you're a failure. And that's something that we got to quit preaching to our kids and try to figure out a way, man, to just get the whole thing to switch, man, the whole narrative to switch to that. You know what I'm saying?
Mills said he's not a failure, but as a team, the season was a failure.
I can't say that either.
Yeah, I disagree.
I'm not
going
to say that either.
Like I said, I mean, when I was younger, I probably would have had that attitude and possibly that mentality. As you get older, you learn to appreciate everything that you can learn from a loss. In fact, I'm here to tell you, man, I think you definitely learn more in losing than you do in winning.
You
because
appreciate the winning more when you lose.
Man, when I was in high school, I heard coach said, man, I have to teach you guys how to win. He says, because winning is all about mentality and attitude. He says, because there's a right way to win and there's a wrong way to win. And a lot of folks win the wrong way, right? And the reason why they win the wrong way, because they never have gone through the accountability phase of losing. When it's always somebody else's fault, you know what I'm saying? When it's never, hey, man, I could have done more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't learn from that.
Yeah.
So that's why you see these spoiled brat-ass kids, and when they lose, they throwing helmets, and their parents is cussing people out, or it's going to be a fight after the game or whatnot. Giannis, to me, exemplified, listen, man, I'm not walking out here feeling like I failed, because if I walk out here feeling like I failed, then everybody else has won. We didn't just lose the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to start now. I'm losing at life. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, at the end of the day, look, it don't matter how much stock we put off into this stuff, man. Sports is still a game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's still a game. And if you really get into it, there are people out there that say sports is simply put here to entertain us, to keep our minds off of really what's going on deep down inside all of us. You know what I'm saying? But when you start letting that outlet control and consume you, then you really done missed the damn boat on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let's keep it for what it's intended to be. And I know Giannis on a professional level, you know what I'm saying, if he's not tripping about it, I definitely don't understand how we'll have people on the youth level losing their goddamn minds, you know, over
Losing the game.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's only going to be one champ, man, at the end of every season. So if you look at it from Mills's perspective, which Mills, I'm going to change your perspective in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? If you look at it from that perspective, everyone that plays the game is a failure except for one champion. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that that's not. We all know that that's not right.
That's not true. And I'm gonna tell you, man, to Mills' defense, I guarantee year before last, Mills wouldn't have felt that way. The reason why Mills feel like that now, because he done got a taste of winning the championship.
Yeah,
now he got a taste of winning, so now he feel like, man, it's gonna be a failure if we don't win it again. You know what I'm saying? But that's not true. You know what I mean? That's not true. Man, look, you've already accomplished it. You just keep building. Now you're not going out there to lose, but man, you just got to keep building. You just got to keep building, man, and take it for what it is.
The same as failing.
No, it's not.
Like I said, that's because Mills is young. He's younger. You know what I'm saying? Mills, hey, you just made me realize I got a lot of work to do, man, on my mental and with you, man.
It's
get you right, dog.
I'm going to tell you like this. It's some losses. Some major losses that I have taken in life, right? Major losses that I've taken in life in the past. That I swear, man, I am so thankful for. You know what I mean? And that sounds crazy, right?
No,
but
it
it's
don't. It makes
some
sense.
major losses
Yeah.
that I've taken that I am so thankful for because, man, like you said, sometimes you win in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And when you don't even realize that when it feel like you winning. When it feel like you on top and you winning, you don't realize that it could be, you know what I'm saying, you doing this the wrong way,
Right.
man. But when you take that loss and you got to go back and you got to sit there and you got to try to figure it out and got to, you know what I mean? How is this going to happen? How I'm going to make this happen? I'm going to do that. Man, something inside of you changes. You see what I mean?
Right.
It changes you. It puts more into you. It, man, it wises you more. Man, like, if there's anybody out who ain't taking no losses like that, man, they coming. You know what I mean? And when they come, you know what I'm saying? I hope, you know what I'm saying,
Well,
you can look at it the same way that I kind of took it. I took it as a blessing.
Man, listen, if you're not prepared, let me rephrase this. If you view every loss as a failure, you will never succeed because you are what you think.
But failing doesn't have to be like I get what y'all are saying as far as like it being a negative connotation, but failing is not.
Listen,
I don't
okay, I know where you're going. There's a difference between failing and being a failure.
Right.
Failure is something that's constant. Failing is something that
You've done.
Yeah, it's happened.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
okay.
You
so
sure you was an English teacher.
I don't
That's
know
right.
if Pastor Marshall is on here, right? But I'm going to give y'all a church lesson real quick, right?
Oh, boy. All right.
So-
sit back.
So we was in church one day, right? And Pastor Marshall says this. He says, man, everybody sins, but are you a sinner? And you say, well, if I sin, then yeah, I'm a sinner. He says, I'm going to tell you why you guys are not. He said, I'm going to tell you the difference between someone who sins and a sinner. The sinner is somebody who purposely goes out and tries to sin. That's their intention. So when you say that you're a failure, that means you intended to fail. You're not a failure if you went out there intending to be successful. You just happen to fail. You know what I'm saying? Which we know is a part of life. It's a part of evolution. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you're going out there saying, hey, man, I want to fail, then yes, you are a failure. But if you go out there and say, hey, man, I'm trying to win, but you happen to fail, you're not a failure. You just happen to fail at that moment.
I like
You
this.
like that? I learned that in
like
church.
That.
Pastor Morse, you shout out, man.
Okay.
Found the life. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah. What's
Couple
up?
Look at you dropping a couple of gems. Okay.
Reverend Fred. Yeah.
You're right. Well,
I got my
yeah.
little cross on, show 'em, you know.
So we got a question for you.
To get up out of here.
Or
It's
y'all.
all said Reverend Fred. I'm gonna get up out of here. Devil finna bust this one wide open.
Okay, so Chantrell Nelson. He said,
Shout
I got a
out.
question. Shout out. He said, what can he do better as a coach? He wants to be more like y'all and win national championships. Y'all two coaches is the reason why he's coaching now.
You want to take that one?
Nah, you go ahead and go first.
Okay. So what I'm gonna tell Chantrell is this, man: be yourself. You know, one thing that I've experienced through my journey in youth football, man, is everybody's trying to pattern themselves after somebody else,
No doubt.
and they're losing their originality.
No doubt.
You know, they're following other people's visions. They're saying this is what is popular, so let me try to be that instead of just doing what's on your heart. You know, man, if you want to be an inspiration to kids, you know, see the craziest thing is this, man. Kids can always identify fake and phony. They know when you're being authentic, and they know when you're trying to be somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you just go out there and be yourself, man, you know, follow your passion, follow your vision, and try to put that into those kids and be an inspiration, you know, you're going to be successful, because those kids will be willing to do anything that you ask them to do in your name, because they believe in you, because you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So those would be my words of wisdom if you would, you know, want to take your coaching to the next level.
And honestly, man, like, all I'm gonna do is say the same thing you said, but I can give him examples. You see what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, when I was heavy off into it, you know what I mean? A lot of people thought it was an act. You know, thought I was out there acting and doing this and all that, but man, that was just the drive and the passion that I had in it. You know what I mean? And that's when I was getting the best out of my kids.
Right.
But see, you know, when I became an act is when I started trying to be more quiet and laid back and trying. And man, I wasn't getting the best out of my kids that
Right.
way. You have to be yourself. You know what I mean? Everybody have certain ways of making things work for them. Man, when me and Fred coached together, man, way two different personalities on the football field.
Right.
Way two different personalities. Fred was more of this guy. I was more of that guy.
Right.
And we was able to make it work because we were ourselves.
Right.
If I started trying to be you and you started trying to be me, it just ain't even gonna look right.
It
It
is
ain't gonna
not.
work.
You
Right.
so it ain't gonna look right. The kids, you know what I'm saying, they're not even gonna accept that. But you do have a lot of coaches, man. That's one thing that I wanted to say. It's a lot of coaches, they even tell me all the time, man, I try to pattern myself off of the way I saw you do it, but don't do that. You know what I mean? Do it the way you do it.
Right.
You know, be who you are, because, man, if you're trying to be somebody else, like you said, if you're trying to be somebody else, man,
Well, look,
what you out there for?
So I'm gonna tell you something that I learned, because honestly, even with me, when I first started off coaching, I was trying to emulate my coaches, and I was coaching the kids the way that I was coached, which I thought was great. And
That's a natural thing to do when
Right, yeah,
you are
but-
looking up to somebody.
right, most
and,
definitely,
yeah.
because I'm telling you, my coaches were great role models. They were great men. Of course, I didn't know because I was a kid then, you know. But as I started to develop my own coaching style, right? And it's like, now this is Coach Fred now, because I done took little nibbles and bits from all these great coaches, and I done made myself. The one thing that I realized is this: there's other kids, other coaches out there saying, "Man, I want to coach like Coach Fred." But guess what? I'm dynamic. I'm changing every season. So if you're trying to be like me, you're never gonna get there, because I'm always changing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's easier to be yourself, because you know what you need to do to evolve to be a better coach. You know, I may not know what you need to be a better coach, especially if you're trying to be me. If I'm saying, all right, you want to be just like me, I'm going to give you everything that I do. That may not work for you. And like I said, when I look around, and I'll use San Antonio specifically, and I know we're going to get into the San Antonio you've seen in just a minute. But when I look around San Antonio, I think San Antonio lacks authenticity when it comes to coaching. You know, A lot of these guys are coaching, man, is action gimmicks, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But we'll say that when we actually get off into that particular topic. But Chantrell, that was man, great comment.
Yeah.
And hopefully you got something from what me and Marecus had to say about that.
Yeah.
What
I
else we
agree.
got,
I
Tori?
agree. You have a comment, your challenge. I don't know if you've been working out, but
No, I haven't been working out. As you can see,
Who was that?
I'm
What's
not
her
in
name?
shape.
Yeah,
Uh,
Lakeisha,
Lakeisha,
yeah.
yeah.
But
So
hey,
she said you just remember what you was talking about when y'all.
Oh, look, hey, I don't back down from no challenge now. Matter of fact, starting on Monday, I just got to get through this Outlaw Award ceremony. We got a little concert up at Vibe on Saturday. Once I'm finished with all that stuff, man, I'm back in the gym and I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna come on the show, man. I'm gonna have my little wife beat on. I'm gonna be up here ripped up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shantae, I'm gonna show you. I ain't gonna tell you. I'm gonna show her. Yeah, she gonna see what's up. She know what it is already anyway.
Okay. Look, she said blaming the babies. I know he always got an excuse. It's all good. All right. So let's go ahead and get into San Antonio youth sports, because that's what we love to talk about. Okay. So let me ask this question for y'all. You listening?
I am.
Okay. How has San Antonio collectively matched up to Houston teams within the last 3 years? And do y'all think that we're making a mark against a more populated city?
Truth be told, that's a question that I can't answer at all because I've been in a bubble in youth
bubble?
sports for the last couple of years. I've been coaching
But
in
you've
Typhus.
been able to see,
I really have
He
it
been on
though.
the hiatus rule.
I really have it. Like honestly,
like you've been checked out, like completely checked out.
listen to me when I tell you this. I've heard there are a lot of good teams in Houston. I don't know any of them.
Okay.
I don't know. The only reason why I'm starting to kind of know them now because of the little groups that we in, trying to build
so
up for the
you finna
league.
find out?
Yeah, I'm about to find out. But I don't know any of them. Truth be told, I really don't know much about these San Antonio teams anymore, other than the ones that I played against within Typhus. So,
Okay.
the only team that it's two organizations in San Antonio right now that I feel like they can compete with anybody, and that's San Antonio Outlaws and Cornerstone Warriors. I feel like those two organizations can compete with anybody. I don't know how well y'all mastered up what y'all did against Houston teams, but I'm pretty sure that y'all was able to compete with them, if not beat them. The Junior Hawks is another organization. I feel like if they decided to step out and do some things, I feel like they would be able to compete with some of, the more.
Well, what
I
are you
guess you
basing
could
this
say.
off of? Just from what you've seen?
From what
on
I saw, yeah, from what
707?
what I've
Oh.
seen over the last year or so.
Okay.
But I was able to see Cornerstone. I was able to see the Junior Hawks, and I just know the reputation of the Outlaws by being there.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I can't really say much. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay, so the question was collectively.
Yeah, collectively
right,
match
so-
up to Houston teams.
So of course, I got to plug my own org. As an org, individually, we fare well. We had the most championships in Gridiron last year. We beat Houston teams. We were very competitive. In fact, we were the most competitive in the Gridiron League last
agree.
year. Right?
Yeah.
We sent many teams to nationals, and we also crowned a national champion. So with that being said, yes, I do feel like the Outlaws are competitive against anyone, right? When I look at the city, I honestly feel like the city is competitive as well. Just got to step out the sandbox.
And when you
know.
say sandbox, you mean just San Antonio sandbox, or within our org our individual org sandbox? Because I feel like we have a lot of organizations, we have a lot of teams that honestly, if we all came together, maybe two orgs, or if we had come together in some way, shape, fashion, or form, we would be like a serious powerhouse.
Well, I'm going to say this. I mean, Tori, I love you to death.
But you should talk about it.
All that merging stuff, that's for the birds. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. If San Antonio got to merge all these teams together to go out there and compete, I don't believe in that, because I'm telling you, we're doing it on our own. We haven't merged with anyone. The
I get
thing is
that.
this. When I say teams need to step outside of the sandbox, I have nothing but respect for Cornerstone, and I'm going to tell you why. Although they're in Typha, these guys seek out competition every year. Their preseason schedule was tough. They go on to play. They play the teams from Houston every year. They try to get games against Dallas. We play Cornerstone every year.
Can I say something real quick
Yes,
while it's
sir.
on my mind before? I don't mean to cut you off, but you can go ahead and finish. But I'm going to say this. Just by speaking with Cornerstone, I know they do play a tough, you know what I mean, preseason schedule. That's the same thing that we plan to do. But I also know this. The reason why Cornerstone are playing, you know what I'm saying, within what, you know, I'm not going to be one of them dudes try to down the league because, man, look, a lot of people dog Typer out, say it's watered down and all that. I'm not going to do that, man, because Typer is still a league to where, you know, you getting some good football in it. But is there more competitive football leagues out there? I would say yes. I'm not going to say competitive because, man, yeah, I'm not going to use the word competitive. I'm going to use the word tougher leagues. Cornerstone would be in more tougher leagues, and I'm going on San Antonio on this. They would be if more San Antonio teams would step up and be willing to do that. You see what I mean? The reason why I don't think they do it is because, you know, who they going to play? Who would they play within that? You see what I'm saying? So, I think the point that I'm trying to say is this, man. More teams need to start doing, you know what I mean, start what you saying, step out the damn sandbox, man.
Right.
Step out the sandbox, start playing at a high level.
So,
And someone, who was it? Someone said, who was it? I don't even know who it was, but someone said that Dallas needs to be a part of that question too.
yeah, of course. You know, the thing is, man, you know, when it comes, and this is my opinion,
Oh, Lucretia.
when it comes to San Antonio and Houston, man, that's like we cousins.
Right.
You know, man, a couple hours away, 2-3 hours away. You know, we've been in Houston so much to where we don't even consider that travel anymore. You know,
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to consider
I
it traveling.
do.
I ain't
My
trying to
guests
go
do.
like
Hell.
that.
well,
I'm going to consider it traveling.
That's
I
traveling.
don't consider it travel anymore because I
mean,
know
it's a day trip.
Because I know that that's where the Outlaws need to be in order to keep our competitive fires alive.
So
right?
you think Houston has the most competitive teams out of Texas?
No, not by any means. I don't think there's one city that can boast and say they have the most competitive. You have
Right.
competitive teams in every city.
Everywhere.
You know,
Even in the
from
Rio
San
Grande Valley.
Antonio
Yeah.
to Dallas, Houston, Killeen, and all the surrounding areas. You know, but you know, Dallas is definitely not out of the question. I think the initial question was just between San Antonio and Houston, and the reason why I feel that Stacey posed that question is because those are the teams we play more
The
consistently.
most, yeah.
You know, because of the 5 hour trip to Dallas, we don't get a lot of action in Dallas unless it's preseason or, you know, things of that nature.
National,
We don't
yeah.
play in the Dallas leagues. You know, the Houston leagues are a little bit more inviting to us only because the proximity is a little bit closer. But once again, I guess to answer the question, San Antonio is highly competitive. We have phenomenal athletes, right? I don't feel like there needs to be mergers and organizations shutting down and things of that nature because, once again, not everybody has the same success plan. Not everybody has the same vision. You know, my definition of success may be different from what Marecus has as his definition of success. You know, the Toros or the Cowboys or the Punishers, you know, people may say that their season's a failure because they don't do anything outside of their regular season, right? But that may not be a failure to them.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
once again, I'm not an advocate for shutting any organization down.
Right.
You know, of course, man, if the main priority is to keep these kids off the street, give them something that they can love and embrace so that they can have, you know, better reflections of themselves when they look in the mirror, I'm all for that, right? But when it comes to just the competitive nature of it, you know, I'm just encouraging all these organizations, if you want to be the best, you got to go out and play the best that you can handle.
And that's what Carlos had said. He said that the problem is some of these coaches in San Antonio don't want to take a loss.
They don't
Yeah,
wanna
but the
take
whole
a
thing
loss.
is this, though, man. Do you see what you just said, man? Like, and don't take it the wrong way, but see, that's some grown folk stuff. You see what I'm saying? So, man, we definitely want our organizations to be good, but do we want our organization to be the best, or do we want to get the best out of these damn kids?
Okay.
Like, see, that's and but I know how you were saying it,
Right,
but
right,
what
right.
I'm putting that out there like this, because a lot of people could give a damn we getting the best out of all the kids. All they want to do is be able to claim that they the best. We won, we did this, we did
Right.
that. And see, man, and I was thinking about this, how they say certain leagues like Najib is not competitive. Type is not competitive anymore. Man, the truth be told, man, it is competitive because they're competing every week against each other. So it might not be competitive for you,
somebody else's
but for
standard.
them, it's
Yeah.
just a different standard to everything. It's competitive for them.
Yeah.
So allow, you know what I'm saying? But I do get what you're saying about if you want to.
Well, follow me on this because you're on to something, right? You said it's competitive for them, right? If I'm gonna go to the weight room. If I max out at 315 pounds on the bench press, right? I'm not finna try to bench press with a guy that benches 550.
Right.
You know, that's stupid on my part.
Right.
I know I can't hang with this guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same way if a guy who only benches 100 pounds, he's not gonna get on the bench with me. It doesn't make any sense. So when I say do what's competitive for you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what
Right.
your limitations are. You know what you can handle. So some of these teams in Najib, they're okay with being in Najib because they can handle that. You know what I'm saying? The issue is you got a lot of people that are strictly followers, you know, and they can't create what their own narrative
Lane
is.
is.
So they'll just say, well, if this guy says it's not competitive, then it's not competitive. Or if this guy says that this is the best, then it happens to be the best. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this, man, and you know, I know I joke around and stuff, but I'm dead ass serious when I say this. Once again, you can't call nothing trash that you haven't won.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so
Right.
once again, we go to Najib. If you ain't never won a Najib championship, you can't call Najib trash. Give a damn who you are, who you play for now. All right? If you ain't never won a Taifa, you can't call Taifa trash. All right? If you ain't never won in Gridiron, you can't call Gridiron trash. You ain't never won in Battle, you can't call Battle trash. If you ain't never won in AYF, you can't call AYF trash. Because there's always a level higher to whatever it is that you have. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
once again, when we get to the whole narrative about San Antonio, you got a lot of confused coaches and presidents down here because they're trying to conform to somebody else's standard that they'll never be able to live up to. You know what I'm saying?
Fake it.
I'm telling you right now, when it comes to the Outlaws, one of my goals is to always put us in a position to be successful. I don't give a damn who that piss off because I'm not out here to please anyone.
Right.
I'm out there to take care of my kids.
your kids.
You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? I'm out there to
That's
try
it.
to uplift these kids and put them
Exactly.
in the best situation for them, not for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to follow your own mentality and your own mind state, then you'll start to really see where your organization stands.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not trying to go out there and play these super select teams if we're not super select. We're not a super select organization.
Right.
We'll take any kid to show up. We're going to try to coach them to the best of our ability, and whatever happens, we're cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever happens.
So, and that's what it is. The same way we're not going to go out and play the teams from the YMCA because we're a little bit more advanced than that.
Right.
But I'm not going to call a YMCA team trash
Right.
because against other YMCA teams, those teams are great. Somebody got to win on every level.
No doubt.
So to piggyback off of that, do you think that Typhon Najif and all the other orgs and whatchamacallits could compete against the Houston teams?
Okay, look, let me tell you something real quick. This gonna sound, if y'all may even think it sounds stupid. Okay, but look at this, man. So, San Antonio teams, okay, it had to be something going on down here, right? Because out of all the damn places in the country to where a TV show could have came, what did they pick to come watch? They came to San Antonio. They came to San Antonio, Texas to do a show on youth football kids in this city.
Yeah, that
So
was like 25
obviously,
years ago.
it don't matter. Obviously, it was something here that intrigued them. It was something here that wanted to get them down here to see what was going on. So you cannot say, man, it's a lot of trash teams in San Antonio, or San Antonio this, San Antonio that. Obviously, it's something going on down here. The problem is like what we keep saying over and over and over again, the grown folks is what's making it to where we can be called trash to everybody.
So
or
do you
this
think
and
it's
that. So
watered down San Antonio right now?
I mean, kind of. Hell, look, I just started an organization. You see what I'm saying? I just started one.
Maurice,
But
let me answer that question. Everywhere is watered down.
yeah, everywhere it is.
It don't matter what city in this country you go to. If you're looking at youth sports, primarily youth football, it's going to be watered down. Football is a very popular sport.
Yep.
Everybody's going to have an organization, especially when you go to these bigger cities. I got buddies in Dallas, buddies in Fort Worth, buddies in Houston, buddies in California, buddies in Florida, buddies in Georgia, all over the goddamn country. And they all say the same thing, man. It's too many football teams. When they say it's watered down, basically what they're saying is this.
Too many teams. Shit.
If I don't have all of the best athletes on my team, that's already a built-in excuse of why I can't win. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out there and you got to compete. Would you say college football is watered down? There's a lot of college football teams out there.
That's different though.
You know,
But that is totally different
How
because
way
they're
different.
established already. Now, if
Because
you
they
were
go
to
ham. They go sitting home with shit. I ain't gonna lie. You coaches do that shit too. Man.
Exactly. So it's my whole point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to get the best out of what you have. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's watered down. I'm sorry. I do think it's watered down, but I think that's not a problem that's exclusive to San Antonio. Every city is going to go through that. If it wasn't watered down, I'm going to use DEA for example. For those of you who don't know, Dragon Elite Academy is a super select organization, and those guys are phenomenal when it comes to putting the best talent on the football field. I'm willing to say they're the best in the country at it. You know what I'm saying? They put two back-to-back national YNC champions together and probably going to do it again this year, right? They don't care where they go to get these kids.
They get them.
They get them. Some of those kids come from out of state, whatnot, so shout out to their coaching staff and all that kind of stuff, what have you.
Matter of fact, man, we need to schedule us some visits, man.
But
we need to get us some visits. We don't schedule us some visits.
if DEA did not feel like Dallas was watered down, why would they go outside of Dallas to get these kids? Because they have all the talent right there.
I don't know about that because, man, I can go back to when, look, even when Snoop had his squads, man. He had them all over. He had, man, remember the running back from Baltimore?
From all over.
Cold.
So once again, if it was so much talent that was saturated in one area, why are they going outside to get it?
But it is, man. But the reason why they have to go outside to get it because somebody else got this talent. They got this talent. You can't get all the talent in one city. You see what I mean? So, like, Look, as much as everybody think it is like the Outlaws, man, you're not going to get all the damn talent in the city. I don't care who you are, Outlaws or not. You're not going to get all the talent in the city. You may have a lot of kids that's known because, and the reason why they know is because they've been playing for the Outlaws. You see what I'm saying? But man, it's still talent in the city that other people are going to get too.
If our viewers, especially the ones in San Antonio, don't hear anything else that I say, listen to this. Quit following people that down this city. Quit following people that talk negatively about your kids, and your kids are not on the same level as some of these other kids. You know what I'm saying? Man, have faith, have confidence in your kids. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to tell you, oh, man, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Florida, or whatever. Man, we got the same type of kids here. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is we got weak-minded individuals who lead and guide these kids.
But we the only ones to look at it like that too, though. Because I can tell you like this, man. So, you know, my roots is in Alabama, right? Man, all the guys that I came up with that's coaching youth sports over there now, got teams, they all say, man, we want to get our kids to be like y'all's kids out there. And see, my thing is I try to man, look, them kids there, because I'd have been there too. Man, they no different than these kids here. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we just had a different platform. You see what I mean? So it looked like, you see what I'm saying? But they're no different. So, man, kids are kids wherever. You don't care what's the way you at.
So it sounds like it's not the kids. It's really, like Sean said, a lot of the coaching is subpar down here.
Man, listen, a lot of these coaches got inferior mindsets, you know, and they can be easily manipulated to feel like they are less than their opponent. When you look at a lot of these, man, look, and I'm going to be real, man, look, you know, we know Don Lowe passed away. May God rest his soul or whatever. But a lot of these guys were just intimidated of the dude in general. You know what I'm saying? They lost before they even stepped on the field. You know? So those are guys that I can't get with. I can't vibe with them. I don't want those guys on my coaching staff. Those are the same guys that are telling kids, oh, they big. Oh, man, you see that dude over there? He too old. the same parents that are making excuses because they don't want their kids to compete against a kid who may be slightly bigger, slightly stronger, slightly faster, because they don't have the confidence in their own kids, man. Youth sports is designed to show kids how to compete,
You
to
have
get the
to
best
have
out of
confidence.
yourself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And once again, I don't want nobody in my corner who ain't telling me, hey, man, you're more than able to accomplish that.
You
know
have
what
to
I'm saying?
have confidence
If you
in your
got
kids,
coaches,
bro.
if you got youth coaches, I'm telling y'all right now, man, once again, if you got youth coaches that are putting any type of doubt in your kids' heads, man, you need to get them off the team. You know what I'm saying? These coaches, they telling y'all who they are.
They showing y'all.
They showing y'all who they are.
Stepping stones,
You know
like
what I'm saying?
Giannis,
So
stepping
once
stones.
again, like, nah, man, like, there ain't nothing wrong with taking an L. If you're taking that L trying to get better.
Look, Fred, I be bringing up a lot of stuff that pertain to us, man, because I feel like it's just great examples, man. It's like what just happened right here. So, man, I can remember, man, years ago. You know what I mean? Years ago, when y'all first came into Taifa,
Yeah.
man, y'all came in as one of the most dominant damn youth organizations I've ever seen.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, man, I was always a realist. I would tell you, yeah, man, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I never once feared you. You know what I mean? And you knew that. So, man, I can remember, and Rob, you was on that staff with me. I remember we played y'all, man. It was Moody's team. And y'all beat us 35-6, man.
Jeez.
Y'all beat us 35-6 in the regular season.
Damn.
Now, listen, y'all beat us 35-6. 35-6. And I remember, man, going into the playoffs, I was like, damn. But I remember, man, I kept building my kids' confidence. I kept building their confidence the rest of that season. After that loss, man, it changed. Rob didn't tell you, it changed our whole mindset of that team.
Man, listen.
When I got out the car, we played y'all at Randolph in the playoffs. If you can remember.
I remember.
When I got out the car that day, I told myself, man, I'm finna beat these motherfuckers. That's exactly what I said in my head. We finna beat these motherfuckers. And you remember that 35-6 ended up turning into like a 6-0 game, I think, because y'all caught us slipping on a damn screen pass. I mean, like, we went from 35-6 to 6-0, and we flipped it. And then at that point, my kids gained confidence because we kept putting confidence in them. And after that, and this ain't trying to, like, but I'm just being real. After that, man, we whooped y'all last 4 games straight after that. We whooped y'all last 4 games straight after that. You know what I'm saying? Because it built confidence. We never, like, well, they just better than us. We kept building to get there.
Now, if we both real about this situation,
Oh, goodness.
no, I'm serious, because after we beat y'all, going to that game, and for those of you that don't know, that was a very publicly hyped up game.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole city was at that game.
Yeah.
And we went out there and we put foot to y'all ass.
Yep.
And it wasn't pretty.
It
right?
wasn't pretty. It was
But
bad.
because of the relationship that me and you shared,
Yeah.
after the game, what I tell you, I said, man, the game was a lot closer than what the score represented. I said, man, y'all are not a bad team, because on the cool, you was like, man, y'all beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Man, like,
Yeah.
I'm
I told you
disappointed.
that.
You told me that.
Of course,
right?
but I told y'all something different.
So what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. I'm just sharing the conversation between you and I.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that?
And what I told you was, I said, man, like, bro, y'all not that far away. There's a few things that y'all need. And I'm telling you, Moody and them will be pissed off at me for telling you this. But I said, man, y'all are not that far away. Man, there's a few things that y'all need to clean up, and it'll be a more competitive game. I still told you I felt like we was a better team than y'all, but I just didn't feel like y'all went out there and y'all played. Y'all played our game instead of playing y'all game. The words of advice that I gave you was, go out there and play your game. We played y'all at Randolph, and it was a much closer game. Moody and them actually had to coach that game, because the first game they was dancing on the sideline, laughing, joking, smoking.
Yeah, and that last one, niggas over there hurting. Yeah.
The last game they actually had to coach. So, but the whole point of that story is this. Man, once them kids know that you believe in them, they are willing to run through a brick wall for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you only get that by putting that in kids. You can't pull nothing out of something that you ain't put something in. You know what I'm saying? And once again, just because we still on the same topic as far as with the San Antonio Houston stuff, a lot of these San Antonio coaches, they are afraid to put that confidence in their kids when it comes to playing anybody outside of 410.
It's because they don't have it in themselves.
They don't. They don't want to put the work in.
You can see it.
You know,
It ain't even that hard to work. You just got to make them believe.
Yeah.
And that's what I always say. And I will say this about the Outlaw. That's one thing I always say. I said that from the jump. Man, the one thing I can say about this dude right here, man, he always made the kids when I was there with you around. I don't know how, but you made them believe that they could just run through a brick wall. Like, them kids believed. Like, man, it was time to where I would be like, man, you need to stop believing because Fred going to kill you out here. You know what I'm saying? That was my mindset. Hey, man, stop, dude.
Right.
But they just kept going because he made them believe. You see what I'm saying? And see, you know, you did well with that, but that was also one of the things I felt like that I could do. We just did it differently. Like you said, you did it in a more militant type way, but not, I don't mean like a tear shut, but a more militant type way. And I was more of a, man, let me make these kids believe in me that I can put myself on their level. And now, you know what I'm saying, they going to do whatever and see, going back to it, and a lot of coaches don't see that neither, because I was that guy too. Man, you can stack your team with talent. And then with that talent, you feel like you just step on the field and win with that talent, and not instilling that, making them believe in themselves.
Right.
See, that team that go back to that game, that team was talented that I had. Think about it, I had a lot of talent on that team, so we felt like just stepping on the field, we was gonna be able to compete with y'all.
Right.
You saying just stepping out there, man. We ain't put a lot of seriousness into what we was trying to do in the beginning. Man, we gonna get out on the field, we gonna be able to play with these dudes. And we out there got our ass whooped. You see what I'm saying? But that's what made us, you know what I'm saying, taking an L. Made us go back and say, man, we got to make these kids believe. So that's all tied into what we're talking about, man. Sometimes taking losses, that go back to what we said in the beginning, sometimes it's a win. And then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, taking a loss, that's your time to go back and start, instead of downing your kids and telling them they trash and you this and that and telling yourself your team trash. No, man, make them kids believe in themselves, and next time it could be a different outcome.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to make them kids believe.
Do y'all think that the newer San Antonio teams are made to compete or beat y'all, like the better teams here in San Antonio, or is it just more so, oh, I see a need for this with these kids, let me just go ahead and?
I'm gonna tell you this once again. If that's specifically pertaining to beating the Outlaws, once again, if that's your mentality, you're not gonna beat us. Because we're constantly trying to get better. So what you saw last year, you're not going to see that this year. You're going to see the hard work. You're going to see the dedication, the discipline. But as far as us, we're constantly trying to evolve to get better. Every single game, every rep, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that a lot of folks have that mentality, well, we just want to go out and beat the Outlaws.
But they do.
And they do.
I was going to
And
say,
they do.
they do. Here in San Antonio, yes.
Now check it. So especially in San Antonio,
Yes.
if we talk strictly about San Antonio football, but you know what happens when you beat the Outlaws? When you finally beat us, that's your championship. Everything from there is downhill after that. Your kids have nothing else to play for because the only thing that you conditioned these kids to do was go beat the Outlaws.
Bro,
After you beat the
listen, man.
Outlaws,
I know y'all getting tired of hearing me do this, but listen to this. And, man, what he said is dead on. 2012?
Yeah.
2012, I had a squad. Beat Fred in the semifinals. After we won that, my parents, my coaches, everybody, shit, we just won the championship. We beat the Outlaws.
Yeah.
And that
We
was
still got another game. We got a state championship game to play. we got a state championship game to play. But we done beat the Outlaws, so we automatically feel like we on top now.
top.
So you know what? We gonna drag this team. We gonna drag who we play next. So shit, we done already beat the Outlaws. And that was everybody's mentality. Man, we went up there. Man, we didn't. Our kids wasn't prepared. We got out on the field, and the Austin Steelers. I had about 40 players. Austin Steelers had about 17.
They didn't have much.
And they beat the shit out of us.
They did have.
They beat the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm sorry, they drug us. But see, that go back to what he's saying. So, man, like I said, everything is stepping stones, though. You see what I'm saying? So even though that shit was so stupid out of us, I still learned from it. So, man, I never set my standards, and everybody else said, man, I don't set my standards where I got to beat the Outlaws. Or, you know, you got to beat Justin Rockets. You got to beat this certain team. Now, back then, yeah, man. Man, we beat the Outlaw, we straight. We beat Justin, we straight. No, man, you can't be that way. You got to beat everybody that's on your schedule.
Right. Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, let me say this right here. I think we take San Antonio youth football to the next level when, regardless of league, the top organizations begin to compete against each other annually. I don't care if it's early preseason, tournaments, or whatever, because iron does sharpen iron. One of the things that I do believe that Houston and Dallas have a few steps ahead of us because those guys will go in and compete preseason, and they're gonna sharpen iron with each other. So when they step outside of their area, they're prepared for that. San Antonio, we just don't do that. You know, everybody asked me, man, like, why did you leave Taifa? I said, well, in all honesty, man, because I didn't feel like our iron was being sharpened enough. You know, teams don't want to play us. We can't, you know, I ain't gonna say we couldn't get games because you can get the games, but you couldn't get the best out of other organizations. You know what I'm saying? And we did have to go outside of San Antonio to get that competition. And guess what? We lost games, but our kids got better. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have a problem doing that now.
Yeah.
Our first time stepping outside of San Antonio, they drug our ass. I know you remember that.
Hey man, we took a
hell of a loss.
Man, we took basically a type of all-star team to
Phoenix.
Went to Phoenix, man. Super Bowl weekend.
Yep.
We played against Snoop's team. And when I tell you, man, if you ain't never been hustled in a dice game or on a pool table, man, when they make it seem like, man, they just, just don't beat us too bad. And our kids are going to really enjoy this experience because we know that Texas is king. When it comes to football, man, they treated us good, didn't they?
They treated us real good.
Four-star dining. They gave our kids all these Coach Snoop edition cleats.
Man, we had
nice
windsuit shoes.
They got us new uniforms. We got the University of Texas uniforms.
Yeah.
Everything was lovely, man, till we got on that field. Snoop was riding around on that big-ass bike, talking shit. Man, they beat the shit out of us. And I'm telling you, that was probably one of the most humbling feelings that I ever had because
they ain't beat us no more after that, though.
They
ain't beat us no more after that.
Last time, but the thing was this: you remember the halftime what the score was?
It was bad to bad.
At halftime, the score was 30-0. 30-0 at halftime. They took the opening kickoff back.
Hey, man, they threw a post route, right? I remember this one. They don't know where this kid at. They threw a post route. We had a pretty good kid back there, safety. Kid was at stadium and made the play.
Man.
He tipped the ball. The receiver tipped it up in the air to get it from the safety. Grabbed it with his hand and ran into the end zone like this, just looking back. I was like, man, we did.
Matter of fact, I want to say most of those kids was on Snoop team then or at USC now. But the whole thing was this: at halftime, man, I looked across the field, man, and I had never felt this helpless before in my youth football career. I just looked across the field like, come on, dog. Please. And all Snoop did was just nod his head like, I got you. The final score of the game was 36-6.
36-6?
No, 36-13.
We scored twice?
We scored twice in the second half.
All I remember is one. But yeah.
And remember our parents started talking, we could have been doing this the whole game. Y'all got lucky. I'm like, man. But anyway, you know, once again, the whole point to that is this. Even though we took that L, when we came back, man, it made us refocus. And it made us realize, man, we have to get better because, you know, we ain't really what we think that we are. There are still teams out there better if you look hard enough. You know what I'm saying? And we learn from that. And once again, Snoop them never beat us again.
Never beat us again.
After that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, hopefully that answers Stacey's question.
Yes.
You know, regarding that. But she also had another question, or somebody else had something else they want to talk about also, right?
Yeah. So, really quick question for you, Coach Marecus. So Chantrell wants to know, because you know people still watch Friday Night Tykes. So, why did you always get mad at Fred when both of y'all had different opinions for offense? Because you was running my boy Mizell too much.
So I was running Mizell too much?
Yeah, because you was running my boy Mizell too much.
Okay, well, let's be real about that. You know what I'm saying? I was the one trying to spread the ball around. Fred's the one in my ear talking about feeding Mizell. That's the reason why we kept bumping it. Give it to Mizell. Give it to Mizell. It got to the point where I was going home listening to that shit in my head at night. Give it to Mizell. And it was just driving me insane. But the thing is, man, I was getting mad because that was, to be told, man, part of that was wrong in me, you know, and I can admit that when I'm wrong, because Fred was the head coach. You know what I'm saying? But see, the difference was I had just come from being a leader of my own organization.
Right.
Always being the head coach of my own thing. So it was hard for me to accept that type of role. You know what I mean? To where I got somebody always say, hey, man, do this. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of wrong on my part for getting upset about it. I would say now. I ain't going to wear that one about that feed Mizell shit. No, I wasn't trying to give it to him. Man, I got to tell this one real quick, and this was hilarious. I got to tell two of them. Man, we played against Fast Camp, and we got the ball. It was a close game. I think we was down. We need to score to win. We got the ball back on our own 4-yard line, and Fred made me run dives with my Zell, 96 damn yards, to where the kid got down to the damn end zone and passed out.
Dang.
Hey, and I was like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? But then, you know.
Yeah, I got cussed out by a
Yeah.
couple of coaches. That, I
Then-
got called stupid and everything.
Because you was, man. So then after that, you know, look. And this one funny, too. But see, Fred knew my Zell. I knew he was, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
knew him. I didn't
Yeah.
know it like that. Man, I remember against Houston, my Zell got hurt, man. My Zell got Marcel got hurt. His knee was hurting. Marcel laying on the ground. We carrying this boy out the bed. Fred talking about, come on, man, you got to get right for next week. You got to get right for next week. Man, I'm about to drop Marcel. Like, man, this kid hurt me. You don't shut up, man. You know?
Listen, man.
But now when I go back and look at that, it's funny, man. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
now look, man, look. It's definitely funny because you know once you spend time with your kids, man.
You know,
And I'm gonna be straight up with y'all, man. Mazel was probably one of the most competitive kids I've ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's not very emotional, so he don't really show what he's feeling. And he was a leader. You know, he's a quiet assassin, right? So, yeah, man, Mazel was one of those kids. I felt like he can do it all. I felt like there was no other kid on that field, whether it be on our team or the other team, that would want that ball more than he wanted it. And this is on offense or defense, because people don't realize how great Mazel was on defense. You know, you can line Mazel up anywhere.
Didn't he get a pick six in the championship game?
Pick six in the championship game.
Do
right
you
there.
remember, man? This still got to be one of the greatest youth runs I've seen.
Oh, when he hurdled over the kid?
I don't even care about that one. One of the greatest. I don't even see how you can't remember what I'm talking about. We're playing against that War Eagle, War whatever team
Yeah,
is
yeah,
up
yeah.
in Austin. Well, we ran the lead to him, and he went through there and
Oh,
bucked
yeah,
that
yeah.
one, went down the sideline,
Stiff
had
arm
tur-
another-
and
right.
turned all the way around and stiff arm. Man, that's what I was, yeah, man, this dude here legit, man.
Now,
Just do it.
Now, what I will say is this, man, and this ain't no disrespect to all these young athletes now, but I don't see those type of kids anymore. You know, and like I said, and this ain't, I'm not dissing none of these young great athletes, but they don't have kids like that, at least not that I've seen, because the drive is unmatched, the work ethic is unmatched, the heart is unmatched. These are kids that don't complain about nothing.
And I
Was
think
he-
that's part. I think that's part of my problem too. I think that's part of the problem I had last year because I kept saying, "Man, I need a running back. I got to find a running back for the tackle team that I was
Right,
coaching."
right.
Because I got spoiled of that, man. I had Tavion, I had Mazel, I had Carson Green. Like I had some kids, you know what I'm saying, Jaden Bailey,
Right.
kids that would run that rock. You see what I'm saying? And you really don't see kids running that rock like them kids
not
was doing.
anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not the way they used to run it. You know, and you get kind of spoiled of that, and you know, you can't say that Mazel, Tavion, Carson, Jaden, all them was like a lot better than these kids. You can't say that. They just different now. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I mean, the thing is, you know, I was just talking to, we had a coaches meeting last week, so I was just talking to some of my coaches, and I was telling them the difference, you know, between the kids then and the kids now, and the reason why we have to set our standards, right? So when I look at Mazel, Zion, Juju, and Allen, those were my four guys. Those guys did everything the right way. They was always at practice on time. It was always the games on time. They led the teams. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I feel like those kids could do anything they were called on to do because they showed that commitment. They showed the desire.
Them and the parents, because they couldn't drive, right?
Right? Yeah. What the
Hey,
parents
you gotta ask.
understood the assignment.
There you go.
The parents understood the assignment. You know what I'm saying? For once, for the first thing is this: these are parents that didn't want the attention. You know, they allowed their kids to be successful without
On
them
their
being
own.
right next to them.
Right. Or displaying it and putting it on
Right.
blast.
You know what I'm saying? And that's different nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
That's very different nowadays, man. You know, man, I don't know if y'all follow the Baby Gronk dude and stuff, whatever. To me, I follow it strictly for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know how good Baby Gronk is, man, whatever and stuff. But I think his dad put a post up on the national page and was saying like all these parents like basically clout chasing, which of course that's what he's known for or whatever. But the thing is this, man. Nowadays, it's rare that you'll see a highly talented youth athlete that the parents don't have this kid on display like in every facet of their life. They're going to be on social media.
That's our fault too, though. I'm not saying our fault personally, but that's a lot of people that's involved in youth sports fault because, man, the dumbest thing that this is the dumbest shit that I say is when you have a youth athlete and he's ranked in the nation. I think that's dumb shit. And see, that's what caused a lot of parents to start doing a lot of the social media promotion and feeling like they doing things a certain way. Man, Look, bro, you got kids say, well, my kid is the number one running back and my kid number one quarterback in the nation, and it's national rankings that got stuff like that.
Right.
Man, how can you determine that? And then what they do, they put pressure on them, and that's what make these parents do a lot of the dumb shit that they do by posting all the time and saying this about the kid, doing that because we're encouraging that. We're telling them, man, this kid the number one kid in the nation. You see what I'm saying? So the parent gonna believe that, and they gonna be dumb enough to be putting that out there over and over and over.
Well, I can tell you this, man. I ain't never encouraged that shit.
No, I know. No, I'm talking about as a community. Because not us. I don't either. I think it's stupid.
You have to realize who's behind a lot of this stuff. Once you realize who's behind it, that's when you can determine the credibility of it. A lot of these rankings are for money. Yeah. These are companies, that are basically saying, let me rank your child. Let me put your child in this. Let me get your child to an all-star game. Because they benefit off of that financially. Man.
So, Stacey, yes. Look, she asked a question. She said, do you think the evolution of social media has diminished the pool of the one percenters? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're making a killing off of it. So, and this statement is going to confirm what Stacey just, the comment she just made, right? Or the question she just asked. It baffles me how any parent can go on social media and brag about their kid getting selected to play an all-star game that they have to pay $500 for.
You done just paid your way into.
Hey, congratulations, little Timmy. You've been selected to play in Joe Blow's all-star game. Only thing you got to do is come up with $500 and you're in.
$250, $300. It's a great experience. Congratulations for getting
these
picked.
Folks, my son got selected to this, and I get it, man. Who wouldn't be proud of that kind of stuff? But once again, go back and do your research, parents. You know what I'm saying? And understand that if your son wasn't even in the top 5 on his own team, but now he's being rewarded to be an all-star, to play in an all-American game. Come on, man. Like, you got to try to figure that out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to do the thinking for you, tell you what's right for your kid. But at the end of the day, like I said, man, like, that's just reality, man. I mean, I don't think I'm the smartest person on earth, but, man, I get these damn spam calls every day. Hey, man, all you got to do is come listen to this, and you're going to get a trip around the world. Mm-hmm. I hang the phone up. Man, you're not going to go have me sit down for 2 or 3 hours of my life only to try to sell me whatever you're trying to sell me, because I know it's not real. For the life of me, I just don't understand how other folks don't realize that in youth football,
but
a
they
lot of
do
this stuff
realize
is a scam. It's a facade. It's not real.
They do realize. Let me tell you, man. Parents, I know we running out of time, man, because this is getting late. But here's the thing, man. Youth football parents, they're not looking at the future anymore. They're not looking at the future of it, man. They're looking at the right now.
Right now.
They're looking at the right now, because I can go on social media right now and brag about this. I can go on social media right now and say my kid did that.
Yeah.
They're not looking at what's to come. You know what I mean? Because what's happened over the years, if you just want to be real, a lot of these parents that did all that talking then, you don't hear from them now because it didn't pan out the way they thought it was going to pan out. You see what I'm saying? Man, you got kids that played, that was coming up, man, even through us, that played in damn near every All-Star game, man, that it was. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they were always bragging, my son this, or my kid can do this. And then once they got to another level, they just became one of the guys.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And now you don't hear all that no more. But see, it's all about right then. It's all about what's going on right now. So they realize that shit, man. They know that shit don't mean
That was a
nothing.
question.
Look, let me say this because I didn't realize that Brandy was on the podcast. So man, definitely shout out to Brandy. That's Zion's mom. I can tell you right now, I take my shades off for this one. I wish we had more parents like you. You know what I'm saying? These were the type of parents that help us build powerhouse teams.
Yeah.
Because they didn't complain about shit.
Yeah.
They were there. They did everything that needed to be done in order for their kids to excel, in order for the team to excel. They put the team before their own kids.
They was big supporters.
Interests.
Big supporters.
You know
I
what I'm
remember
saying?
Brandon.
Because Zion could have easily been a number one.
Yeah,
on
anywhere
any
else.
team that he went to. And guess what?
Yeah.
He was a number one when it was called upon.
Yeah.
Juju could have been a number one. Any other place he went to, and he was a number one when we needed him to be a number one. Same thing with Allen and a lot of these other kids or whatnot. We don't have parents like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, let me say that. I'm not going to go there.
You do have a
Because
few.
I'm a parent.
You got a few.
No, listen.
I'm
No,
like
check
that.
it out. We have a few parents that are still like that, but the majority are self-serving. They have a self-interest. You know what I'm saying? They can give two shits about the team if their kid isn't a big part of that, if not the focal point. You know what I'm saying? Some of these parents have been able to say, you know what, man? Hey, my son is just as good as that kid, but you know what? If the team requires that kid to be the man, I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It may not be my son's time to shine right now. You know what I'm saying? But he's still benefiting from the experience. You know, you just
be
don't
told
have
you
that
don't want
nowadays.
your son to shine right now. Shit, you don't want that to happen. You don't want them to be getting all this shine and being the number one guy, man, at 8, 9, 6, 7 years old, man, because that just history just showed, man, that don't work out good in the future. And that's just in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I would say this. I did talk to Ms. Bridget yesterday. That's Marzel's mom. But I even told you, I said, man, I'm trying to get Marzel and the rest of the guys on the show, man. I think it'll be dope to have like a little outlaw reunion. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we both coached those kids for a significant amount of time, man. And, you know, a lot of people are interested in what they're doing right now, you know. So, and this goes back to the question or the whole deal with Giannis, right? I know Juju is playing football. He's playing college football. Zion is at UTSA playing college football. I think Allen is still working his way through JUCO. All right. Marzel is not playing football right now.
Yeah.
You know, so when people ask, what is failure? Is Marzel a failure because he's not playing
Absolutely
college football?
not.
Say absolutely not. He's
Absolutely
learned so
not.
much through those experiences, and it's made him a more complete person today. In fact, I'm willing to say he's more successful because he was able to take something, learn from it, and then transition it into something else.
I just
Yeah.
loved how mature he was with his explanation of everything, man. That
Right.
just showed, you know what I mean, what he got out of it. He was able to sit back and explain why he chose not to pursue
Right.
football. You know what I mean? He did it in a mature manner, man. Being 17, 18-year-old kid and being able to express himself like that, man, I ain't gonna lie, it touched me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And man, I ain't worried about him. I know he gonna be all right.
He's gonna be all right. But see,
You know?
but the other thing is this: that support system. Remain with him.
That's everything.
And I'm not talking about his family support. I'm talking about his brotherly support from
Oh,
Allen,
yes. Yeah.
Zion, Juju. Like, these guys still to this day rock with each other. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, you don't know what your journey is going to be. So, that's why I was saying I would be very hesitant to call any part of my journey
A failure.
a failure. You know what I'm saying? Because my journey is not complete. Once my journey is complete, I'm able to look back and be like, man, I failed because, hey, you know what? I failed. You know what I'm saying? But as long as I'm on my journey, man, nah, I'm not calling nothing of that a failure. I'm calling that experience. I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to move on. When it comes to these youth football kids, and I know we talk about youth football, man. So when this ain't nothing against youth basketball or baseball or whatever stuff,
no
but
doubt.
we focus on youth football. When I think about these kids' journeys, man, their journeys are just beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
And
they
all
just
different.
beginning, man.
And they all
you know what I'm
different.
saying? And some of y'all parents act like this is the end all be all for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if they don't get everything on this 10U team, it's a failure. They're failures. Man, get that bullshit mentality out of your kids' minds. You know what I'm saying? Get it out of your mind. Start putting that positive stuff in these kids. We joked around earlier talking about Tap In is all about promoting love, which we are, man. Like, you know, we joke around a lot and stuff, whatever and stuff, but at the end of the day, man, it's about loving these kids, trying to push them in a positive direction so that they can ultimately realize what their dream is. Some of these kids ain't even living their dreams right now. They living their damn parents'
They live in
dreams.
yours. They live in your
You know what I'm
parents. Yeah,
saying?
they live in
Like,
parents.
your kid, you know what? My son got to be the same number that I was. Man, he may not want to be your damn number. You know what I'm saying? Now, you may have sucked when you played. He don't want to be like you, man, but it's tough because they don't want to hurt some of these kids don't want to hurt their parents' feelings. You know what I'm saying? But once again, we have the privilege of being around these kids at their most excitable moments, right? And some of the things that they tell us that they don't tell y'all parents, boy, y'all feelings will really be hurt.
I'm telling you.
They'll really be hurt,
I
man.
had plenty of kids come to me, man. My dad make me sick. Man, I wish my mom would shut up, man. I had plenty of kids come to me with that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You know.
better get to know your kids a little bit better, man. So, good show, I think.
That was good. Yeah, let's end on that. I mean, we did have another question, but we'll tie
No,
that
let's
in.
answer. Go ahead. Just might as well get it out the way now.
No, we are past time.
Oh,
right?
okay. Well, I'm just saying, though.
like a
Well, hey,
fast
tap in next week and we'll
Hold
answer
on,
that
man.
question.
Canes won 28-6. Blaze just charged me up, man. The Canes won 28-6 last week against the Huskies, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, man,
shout out to the
congratulations
Canes.
to the Canes, man.
No doubt.
Thank you,
And I
Carlos.
think they got a bye this week, right?
I don't know.
No, I think they have
don't.
another
They had a
game.
bye last. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
man, great show.
yes, thank you guys so much. Comments. Thank you, Stacy, for those great topics. Send me some more, y'all.
Hey, yeah, and that's for everybody, man. You can DM Tori, you can DM
Yeah.
myself, or Marecus or whatnot, man. We definitely want to talk about what's important to you guys.
If you guys have fundraisers or whatever you want to put out there, send it our way. We'll put it out there. You know, as the season starts, the spring season is somewhat coming to an end, and
Right.
regular season is getting kicked off. And I know everybody's trying to make their money, so we want to support all the kids. So, y'all, send it our way. Good.
We good?
All right, I'm good. We good.
All right. Next
Y'all
Thursday.
have a good weekend
8
next
o'clock.
Thursday.
Bye-bye.
All right. Subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.